This video is going to take you on a journey starting in Sweden and Kazakhstan, where we were born, and then guide you through different cultures we were exposed to.
The purpose of this video is to critically analyze four cultural theories by relating them to our own life experiences and how they can assist us in our professional development and future career in the service sector.
We are Sarah and Jana, and together we are going to take you on a trip through our lives, past, present and future. So sit back and enjoy this multicultural trip and bon voyage.
I spent my childhood in Kazakhstan, country in the heart of Eurasia. I was born in 1993, just 2 years after the collapse of USSR. Being a former Soviet republic, Kazakhstan has been greatly influenced by Russian culture. My parents, who were born in USSR, hold Soviet beliefs and values, therefore inculcated them in me as well. According to Hall, Kazakhstan is very similar to Russia in its high context culture. This kind of culture is very relational and collectivist. This means that Kazakhstani people value interpersonal relationships that heavily rely on trust. Even though I have been continuously traveling for the past 4 years and seeing my family so rarely, I can still feel a collectivist spirit inside me. When I first met you, Sarah, I was greatly surprised and even jealous of how mobile and independent you are, how passionate about experiencing cultures and feeling comfortable being far away from your family. Myself, I do of course want to succeed in my professional career. However, family for me will always remain a first priority. In Kazakhstan, friendship builds up slowly. However, in contrast to low context cultures tend to last longer. An omnipresent Kazakh proverb states that friendship and family are the most precious gifts in life. Leading by an example, my parents always taught me to put family first. They never prioritized their careers over the welfare and harmony in our family. Similarly, high context association dimension is very recognizable in the Kazakhstan society. Sarah, if you ever get a chance to visit me there, you will rarely hear people using pronoun I, as everybody constantly refers to themselves as we, as a way to express loyalty and commitment to a group, where every member is trying to take care and help each other. Being raised in a high context culture, I brought this value into my adult life. I very much enjoy working in a team rather than performing individually. Now, despite of my own beliefs and values, I do acknowledge that many cultures are more focused on goal achievement. So in my future career within the hospitality industry, I will ensure I implement different management and motivational techniques to establish a healthy working atmosphere where every individual can fully increase his or her potential. Sarah, now you tell me about your childhood.
Well, I was born in the northern part of Sweden, and according to Hofstede, Sweden as a country is characterized by a high femininity and low power distance. During my upbringing, those dimensions were strongly present by my parents. Looking at the power distance dimension, I realized that in Swedish society, as well as in my own family, all members had the same amount of power in the majority of the situations, regardless of gender or age.
This is typical you, Sarah. I could tell right away.
Well, when I started working during high school, I quickly identified the flat hierarchy which most of the Swedish organizations are symbolized by. Can you imagine that we could have meetings where I, as a 17-year-old intern, was given the opportunity to express my opinion about the work tasks and the choices that were to be made by the organization? And most importantly, my opinion was valued equally as my colleagues that were both older and more competent.
Well, my culture is slightly different. Maybe it's because I was born in an Asian family.
Oh really? I thought you were Kazakh.
Well, my background is neither Russian nor Kazakh. I was born as a fourth-generation Korean in southern Kazakhstan. To a certain extent, my parents and grandparents are still bound to the Korean culture, which without doubt influenced my upbringing. According to Hofstede, Korea and Kazakhstan are very similar in all 6 cultural dimensions. Hofstede agrees with Hall that both countries are very low individualistic. He also concluded that these countries are characterized by high power distance. However, in my life, I experienced both sides of the power distance. In my family, I was continuously told that everybody is equal and that I should treat every person in the same way, without making any judgments. Later, while I was working in a 5-star hotel in my hometown, I fully understood Kazakhstani high power distance. I got used to providing frequent updates to my manager, consulting with upper-level employees before making any decisions. I felt that my opinion was not fully valued. Therefore, by the time I had to quit this job, I was to a certain extent disappointed, as I didn't learn how to make my own decisions. When I met you and I discovered that there is a completely different approach to authority in Sweden, I realized that companies in low power distance culture stimulate personal development and creativity, which makes work more engaging and efficient. This is something that I can learn and implement in my hospitality career.
created using Powtoon.